The MTA plans to crack down on criminals who target riders and workers.
The agency wants them banned from subways and buses, and they're calling on state lawmakers to take action. CBS News' Jenna DeAngelis reports.
People should not be afraid to use our subways.
In an effort to make rides safe for commuters and transit workers, the MTA is pushing to ban those who continuously commit crimes. So the MTA's Transit and Bus Committee is taking the first step, voting in favor of a resolution Monday to temporarily keep repeat offenders from sharing the system with those they prey on.
These are people who've made a career out of victimizing our ridership.
According to a report by the MTA, there were 67 total transit recidivist arrests in the first quarter of 2019. The NYPD chief of transit spoke on specific cases, referring to one repeat offender as Mr. F.
Mr. F has 65 priors.
He said police are trained to look for specific behavior from these criminals and oftentimes recognize those who have been arrested before. There were concerns raised by board members about banning people from transit, which was also brought up by some riders we spoke to.
That is a tough one. I know that people is concerned about their safety, and basically if they're not able to ride the subway system, how do they get back and forth?
If they pay their dues and stuff like that, I think they should still be able to get on.
On one hand, I understand that it's for the safety of, all the other subway passengers, but I also understand that if they're intended to also live their lives in the city, they need a way to travel about.
If you keep committing the same crimes over and over again, then yeah, I believe you should be banned.
Whether or not that happens really falls on state lawmakers. A similar measure failed in the latest legislative session, and they're not back in session until next year. But first things first, the resolution moves to the full MTA board tomorrow for a vote. Jenna DeAngelis, CBS 2 News.
The MTA says until action is taken, it will work with law enforcement and the criminal justice community to recommend and seek the harshest penalties for serial criminals preying upon workers and the public. Do you support a ban on these serial offenders? Well, you can take a poll on our website at cbsnewyork.com.